Have you ever asked yourself what truly defines a successful life after 70? It's not the numbers in your bank account or the titles you once held in your career. It's something much deeper, much simpler, like the feeling of waking up healthy in the morning, the quiet joy of connecting sincerely with those around you, or the warm satisfaction of doing something that makes you feel you still matter in this life. After 70, success is no longer about what you've achieved in the past. It's about how much vitality you still hold, how much control you still have over your life, and how much joy you still find in each day. In today's video, we're going to explore 6 simple yet deeply meaningful signs that show you are living a truly successful and fulfilling life after 70. These are not grand achievements. They are quiet, everyday moments. But it's exactly those moments that form the foundation of a strong, independent, and joyful later life. If you've been wondering whether you're on the right path or how to live more fully each day, stay with me until the end, because the final sign may just surprise you and reignite the most important fire you need to keep living meaningfully in the years ahead. Sign number 1, you still have strength in your hands. Can you open a stubborn jar lid on your own? Carry a bag of groceries home without needing help? Or simply shake someone's hand with just enough firmness to make them smile and feel your steady presence? If you answered yes, then congratulations. That's one of the first signs that you're living strong, healthy, and independently after 70. Hand strength is not just about muscles. It's a mirror of your overall health, your muscle mass, your nervous system, even your cardiovascular health. In medicine, they call it grip strength, and studies have shown that older adults with strong hands tend to live longer, recover faster from illness, and rely less on others in daily life. I once met a 78-year-old man named Richard. Every morning, he would walk to the market and carry home a full basket of food, without fuss, without complaint. He told me, "As long as my hands are strong, my heart feels light." It may sound like a simple line, but it carries the spirit of self-reliance that so many of us hope to maintain in old age. So if you can still open jars, turn keys, hold a bicycle handle steady, or simply grip a loved one's hand with confidence, don't take that for granted. That's proof that your body is still working in harmony, and you are still very much in control of your health. And if you've noticed your hands starting to weaken a bit, don't worry. Just spend a few minutes each day squeezing a rubber ball, gently rotating your wrists, or doing everyday tasks like watering plants, cooking, or knitting. You'll be surprised at how quickly those small efforts bring noticeable change. Because strong hands don't just let us do things. They help us hold on to life with steady grace. Sign number 2, you can still stand up on your own. It may sound simple, but being able to stand up from a chair without grabbing the armrest or needing someone's help is actually a powerful sign that your body is still working in harmony and strength after 70. Imagine this. You're sitting in a low chair with no armrests. You rise to your feet, easily, smoothly, without needing to lean forward or push yourself up with your hands. If you can do that, congratulations. It means your thighs, glutes, core, and knee joints are still functioning well. And these aren't just muscles for moving. They're your first line of defense against falls, one of the leading causes of serious complications in older adults. I once spoke with a woman named Margaret, now 81. Every morning she makes it a habit to sit and stand from her chair at least 10 times. If an older person can still stand and sit on their own, she said, they can still take care of themselves. And she was right. It's not just a movement. It's a reflection of independence. If you find yourself needing to brace your hands every time you stand, or feel like you have to rock your body a few times before getting up, it may be a gentle sign that it's time to strengthen those muscles again. No gym needed, just practice sitting and standing from a sturdy chair once a day. You might use your hands at first, but over time, aim to rely more on your legs and core. Keeping the ability to stand up independently not only helps you move freely, but also nurtures a powerful sense of self-trust that you are still in control of your body. And for seniors, that confidence is a foundation for living joyfully and healthfully each day. Sign number 3, you still walk with an upright, steady posture. One afternoon while walking in the park, I saw an older gentleman, likely in his 80s, tall and slender, walking slowly but with confidence. His head was held high, shoulders back, spine straight. There was something about the way he moved that caught my eye. Not because he looked young, but because he had presence. He wasn't just walking, he was showing the world that he was still living, with dignity and awareness. Posture is one of the clearest, most profound signs of aging, and also one of the most controllable. Maintaining an upright posture, with your back straight, head lifted, shoulders open, doesn't just make you look healthier. It helps your lungs function better, reduces pressure on the spine, improves digestion, and even uplifts your mental state. On the other hand, when your body begins to hunch, shoulders cave in, and your head tilts forward, it's not just due to muscle loss. It's often a reflection of inner fatigue, withdrawal, and a subtle feeling of no longer belonging in the flow of daily life. But here's the good news. Posture can be improved. Simple daily habits, like standing with your back against a wall, taking deep breaths while gently pulling your shoulders back, or simply becoming more mindful of how you sit, stand, and walk, can make a real difference. I know a woman named Susan, 76 years old, living alone, who spends 10 minutes every morning standing in front of the mirror. She breathes deeply and gently reminds herself, "I'm still strong. I can still move forward." She once told me, "Just fixing my posture made me feel younger again. Instead of shrinking from the world, I felt like I was opening up to it." Try this today. Stand in front of the mirror, let your arms hang by your sides, gently roll your shoulders back, and lift your head. Look at yourself. You'll see, posture isn't just about the body, it reflects your spirit. So if you still walk upright, not hunched over, not with your head down, know that you are holding on to one of the quietest yet most powerful signs of life's vitality. Sign number 4, you still have good balance when standing and walking. There's something subtle that often goes unnoticed. Balance, something that seems so simple, is actually one of the most refined signs that your body is still harmoniously coordinating between your brain, nervous system, muscles, and senses. When you can stand on one foot for a few seconds or turn around slowly without wobbling, that's not just a skill. It's living proof that your body is still alive and well. After 70, many people start to feel their legs aren't what they used to be. They slow down, become nervous when stepping off curbs, or avoid stairs out of fear they might slip or lose their footing. But the truth is, balance doesn't just vanish. It quietly fades when we stop practicing and paying attention to it. I once met an elderly gentleman named James, 82 years old, who had a minor fall in his bathroom. After that, he nearly gave up his morning walks in the park, something he used to enjoy deeply. But following his physical therapist's advice, he began training again with simple exercises, standing beside a chair, lifting one foot for a few seconds, walking along an imaginary straight line. Little by little, he regained confidence and balance. Within 3 months, he was back at the park, moving slowly but steady, as if he had never fallen. Balance is also a reflection of your mindset. When you can walk without hesitation, without grabbing onto everything for stability, it shows that your body and mind are moving in sync. It doesn't just prevent falls, it demonstrates mastery of life itself. Try this small test. Stand near a wall or a sturdy chair, lift one foot off the ground, and hold for a few seconds. If you can do it, congratulations. Your nervous system, muscles, and coordination are still in good shape. And if you feel a bit unsteady, that's okay too. Every little step of practice brings you closer to stability. Balance isn't just about the legs, it's also about courage. The courage to start again, and to believe you still can. Sign number 5, you still have the strength to lift, carry, and manage daily tasks. Have you ever wondered what truly allows a senior to live independently each day? It's not something grand. It's the ability to handle small everyday tasks, like carrying a grocery bag, lifting a laundry basket, or bringing a pot of soup from the stove to the table. Physical strength isn't just about muscle. It's about the seamless coordination of arms, legs, lower back, spine, and the will to keep moving. When you can still manage daily tasks without constantly needing help, it's not just a sign of health, it's a sign of freedom. I remember a woman named Linda, 84 years old, who lived alone but went to the market every day, buying vegetables and rice, then going home to cook. To outsiders, she might have just seemed still strong, but to me, she was a symbol of self-reliance, someone who refused to let age take away the joy of working, the pride of still being capable. The truth is, when we stop lifting, we start losing strength. And when we lose strength, everything begins to feel heavier. Not just physically, but emotionally. Even a light bag can feel like a burden when your arms are no longer steady. Try something simple. Hold a bottle of water in each hand and walk around the house for a few minutes. If you can do it comfortably, that's a sign your body still retains the core ability to care for itself. If it feels tiring, don't worry. The wonderful thing is, strength can be rebuilt at any age. You don't need dumbbells or a gym. Just don't shy away from movement. Folding laundry, sweeping the floor, watering plants. These are all valuable forms of exercise. Because when you can still lift, carry, and grasp, you are still living inside a body that knows how to take care of itself. Sign number 6. You still carry that inner flame, the sense of having a purpose every day. People often think that after turning 70, being healthy is enough. But in truth, good health without a reason to get out of bed each morning eventually becomes a fading light. What keeps a person young and deeply alive isn't just supplements, it's purpose. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be about saving the world or achieving great milestones. For older adults, purpose can be as simple as tending to a few potted plants on the porch, calling a grandchild to check in, cooking a meal for a longtime friend, or writing a few lines in a journal to remind yourself that you're still here. I once met an elderly man named David, 87 years old. Every morning he woke up at 5 a.m., brewed a pot of tea, and sat by the window to write down stories from his past. When I asked him, "Why do you write?" he smiled and said, "I write so I'll have something to tell tomorrow. I write to keep living." That is the inner flame. A person with that flame is not just breathing, they are present. Someone who's lost their flame, even with a healthy body, is like a house with all the lights turned off, cold and hollow. Do you have something that makes you want to wake up each morning? Whether it's a painting you haven't finished, a book you're still reading, or simply the routine of washing your teacup after breakfast. Each of these can be a reason to continue, and you don't need anyone to validate its worth. If it matters to you, it's enough. Older adults can live a very long time if they still feel needed, by someone or for something. Every piece of advice you share, every kind look you give, every story you tell, these are gifts that only you can give. And if you still feel that you have value, that there's something to care about, something to look forward to, something to love, then congratulations. You're still winning at life in the deepest and most meaningful way. You may have never asked yourself, am I living a successful life? Because at some point, success becomes less about achievement and more about how fully you are living each day. Success after 70 isn't a peak to reach. It's a state of being. It lives in the quiet, ordinary moments that are often the most extraordinary of all. When your hands are still strong, it means you're still in control of your life. When you can still stand up without help, it means your body is still your own. When you walk tall, head held high, it means you're facing life with confidence. When your steps are steady, it means you're protecting your safety and independence. When you can still lift and carry the little things, it means you're still capable, still contributing, still refusing to give up. And when you still have a reason to wake up every morning, it means you are living a life of purpose, a life others might admire, and one you can be truly proud of. Living successfully after 70 isn't about how much money you have or the titles you once held. It's about whether you're living each day with presence, whether you're listening to your body, nurturing your spirit, maintaining your connections, and loving yourself the way you deserve to be loved. You may not be as quick as you once were, but if you still carry patience, kindness, and a hunger to keep living, you're still winning, not against anyone else, but over who you were yesterday. And if today you can still smile, still share, still listen, then congratulations. You are living a life worth living. If this message touched something in you, don't hesitate to leave a comment. Tell me, What are you most proud of in yourself at this age? And if you'd like to keep walking this journey with advice for seniors, where we honor the value of growing older with grace, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell for updates. We're here to walk with you, slowly, deeply, and brilliantly through your 70s, 80s, and beyond.